I can do that. Yep. Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So, you know, like if we're doing these DMOs and following the steps to the T, you know, I'm a great believer in it's like, for example, last night I had some egg whites left over and I just said to my husband, I'm going to make a pavlova. I don't make pavlovas. I never really have in my entire life. My husband's made them. And I was asking him, how do I do this? And he's like, oh, too hard. So what did I do? I pulled the recipe out and I followed it to the T.
Ah.
What happened?
It worked.
You had a lovely pat.
Thumbs up. And even my husband said, wow, you excelled at this. All I did was follow the recipe.
Okay,
And
we're coming around for afternoon tea.
Absolutely. But what I'm trying to say, exactly. But what I'm trying to say is this is exactly the same thing. Does that make sense? This DMO is a recipe.
Yep.
All right? If we're just honest to ourselves and say, you know, okay, I'm not going to bash myself up and say I haven't done this, but now we're going to move into a new vein and say I am going to do this. So we're going to look for the challenges that are coming up that are stopping us, but then reinvent the wheel and say, okay, what's another way of looking at this that's going to move us on? Okay, so we've eliminated most of those problems for the first one.
Yep. We've got just over 8 minutes left.
Sorry?
We've got just over 8 minutes left.
Yep, okay. So the second one is finding 5 Facebook friends. New friends. That's really quick and easy. That only just takes a couple of minutes to do that every day. So what methods do you use, everyone?
Looking through other friends as friends that you might be mutually connected with. Yep.
Yep.
And looking in Facebook groups that you might be in that you've got a connection, you think, with someone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a nutshell. Yeah. I actually look for, you know, the people who are doing really well in life and connect with those, and then I find I'm getting more connections from their friends. It's pretty exciting, actually.
Awesome, awesome. There's also another thing, and I said to Renee, it's like, have you ever been into Messenger? And when you go into Messenger, you can see unread messages, and there'll be a lot of people trying to connect with you through Messenger. You know, so a lot of people don't even do it through Facebook. They just go straight through Messenger. And it's a great way to cut to the chase. You know, I use Messenger a lot. So, you know, it's like I've got them on Messenger. I can view their profile on Facebook through Messenger. So before I tick yes, I'll quickly go to their, you know, viewing their profile, and then I'll check them out and go, oh, yeah, they're relevant. And then I'll just, you know, hit add as a friend. So that's another way of doing it through Messenger. All right? All right, so there's many modes, all right? So you need to do how many a day?
5.
All right? Okay, so step number 3.
That's 5 follow-ups, isn't it?
No, you haven't got there first. Inviting. We need to invite people to Modere. So how do we invite?
We ask permission to add them to a page.
Yep, ATMs. Beautiful.
Yep. And tag them and message them back.
Yep.
Yep. Or just talk to them through Messenger about the company.
Yep. Just chatting. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Sending
Or
out
you can
promotions.
even meet up. Hey, darling.
Sending out promotions about Wednesday wins.
Exactly. You can also meet up with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, for a cuppa. So you can arrange it, you know, make an appointment.
I've sent out the promotion for the body butter this morning, and one lady said, oh, I haven't got a job, I can't afford it. So how much is it really after that post from you or Renee? And I said, well, with the sale, it'll be $20 roughly. And she goes, oh, it's my birthday in May. I think I can afford that.
Way to go.
Hey?
Way to go.
Yeah, so she said, I think I might buy that.
Oh, but her birthday's another month away.
Oh, that's all right.
It's only on special for one day.
Yeah, that's all right. I've got her in an account. So
All
she
right,
can
but
buy other
here's
things.
okay, where you can take that to the next level is like, hey, do you ever worry about, not having money? You know, I don't know about you guys, but if I hear a ding ding, I'm going to respond on it. That was a ding ding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will respond on it
Yeah.
and ask another question.
Mm.
All right. So whenever you're chatting with someone, you know, in your messenger or however you're doing it on Facebook, you always compliment them. You try and make their day feel good. And then you ask them a question. So it's basically 2 sentences, and you always finish with a question mark.
Mm.
All right. If you finish the 2 sentences with a question mark, you will set yourself up for a really good rapport with this person. And they respond back again. You do 2 more sentences, give them a compliment, but you do a question with a question mark. 4 minutes, I know. Okay. So, does that help for inviting friends? And then we've got this one. Jeffrey, you can do this one now. Number 4.
With the follow-up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
That's 3 follow-up.
correct. So, write down, get yourself an exercise book and write down the 5 people that you actually invited today. Write them down in an exercise book and the date. All right? So you've got the date beside you and you've got their name beside you, and then where you sent them. It might have been Live Clean, it might have been Social Retail, it might have been Everyday Essentials, it might have been Renee's, Share the Love. Whatever. Just help your memory. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right? So that you now have got, okay, these are the 5 people that I chatted to today that I sent somewhere, and then tomorrow, that's my task, is to follow up on those 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it make it easy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get yourself an exercise book and just rule it up and put today's date. Write down their names and where you sent them. Okay?
Yeah.
And then we've got the last one, number 5. Does anyone know what that is?
Presentations.
Yeah, well done, Dylan. So what is it that we have to do? How do we...
Well, these days we send them, once we've joined them to a group, we tag them in a suitable post and send a presentation video to them.
You're not straight away. It's with the follow-ups. So when we're catching up with them with the follow-ups, we want to find out first what interests them best. That's the question they need to ask. It's the same question every time, all right? So when you're following up with them, what is it you ask?
So what interests you most? Being a customer?
Yeah, the best.
The best.
All right? Because your questions are your
Answers.
Beautiful. So the more questions that you ask, and that's why I always say is finish the conversation with a question mark, all right? Because the more questions that you ask, the more answers that and it's all relevant for them, so that that they get to the 11th hour and they go, this is perfect. And why? Because you've designed it for them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. So asking there, with the follow-ups, what is it that interests you the most? The best, sorry. What interests you the best? And then when they've responded to that, you go, if you hear the ding-dings like, I've got no money to buy myself body butter. Well, listen, I've got something that would really probably suit you and you could benefit from it. Not sure whether this is going to be your cup of tea or not, but it's worthwhile having a look. And the best part is that it's not going to interrupt your day.
You got less than a minute.
Yeah, this is not going to interrupt your day, all right? So you're actually eliminating negativity. So they've got no negative responses to come back with. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right? So this is not going to interrupt your day. So it's a lifestyle thing that you can fit in an hour and a half a day. You do these things and you can set yourself up free forever. How good's that?
Sounds good.
And this is exactly what the